All right. MCV court is open. Chief Magistrate Jeshin Vidal is presiding. Prosecution, please name yourself.
Acting Sergeant Ryder Boarding Smith.
What's your last name, Mr. Ryder?
Ryder Boarding Smith.
And your co-counsel?
Acting Leading Senior Constable Michael Phillips, Your Honour.
Let the record show that we will be referring to him as Philly because it is a muscle memory thing, and I cannot stop myself. Defense, please name yourself.
Is that me?
Yep, you're the defense.
I don't know my name. I think it's Barry. It's Barry, yeah, my name's Barry. I always forget.
Bailiff, can we please get an ID off this guy?
Yeah, I forgot. I take too many drugs. So.
Which pocket am I gonna find your ID in?
My right pocket.
Do you actually have a ID on you?
Right or not?
You do not.
If you take the cuffs off, I can show you that.
Yeah, not happening.
Definitely
I can.
not.
What do you mean?
We have
I'm gonna smack you.
we have fingerprinters up here, so if we could please just fingerprint this man.
Come on.
His name is Barry Doja.
Barry
Doja
Doja,
spelt
yeah, dog. What are you laughing at?
D-O-J-A.
Dog.
Defendant,
All right,
please refrain yourself
Mr.
from accusing the gallery.
Yep, Mr. Doja. Here's how it's going to work. The prosecution's going to say what happened. They're going to say why it was a crime, what happened, and they're going to say why you definitely done did it. Okay? The magistrate will be assisting you, that's me, to make sure that the police meet the beyond a reasonable doubt that you done committed a crime. During your defense, okay, you're going to want to focus on two things. Number one, why whatever happened wasn't a crime, or number two, why you didn't done do it, somebody else done did it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Perfect. Prosecution, you may begin.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. So it started off with a duress from
Charges
Amvic.
first, please.
The charges, sorry. The charge is going to be assault with a deadly weapon.
Didn't have a deadly
Possesses a weapon and non-projectile without legal authority. Offensive language in a public place.
Okay, assault with a deadly weapon, possession of a weapon, non-projectile without legal authority, and offensive language.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, prosecution, make your case.
Thank you, Your Honor. It started off with a Amvic duress. Upon arriving on scene, there was this individual in a local vehicle driving past. I was getting a statement off of Amvic. We do have the Amvic in the back there as well. After getting this statement, I've jumped in my vehicle. I've code forward, so pulled over a traffic stop to the suspect. I asked him to get out of his vehicle. I explained why AV has pointed him out as a point of interest. I've detained him. He's asked to talk his side of the story, which I did allow him to talk his side of the story. After he said his side, I said, okay, sir, we will ask you some more questions very soon when I do get these statements. So I did detain him and put him in the back of my vehicle. After that, I went back to Ambulance Victoria and I asked for a crime report on what happened, just for a bit more info. There's also body cam on him hitting someone with a hammer.
Is the body cam longer than 10 minutes?
Sorry, Your Honor, it's not.
Okay, so as you're an honorable profession, if you witnessed it and or have a still image of him doing it, you may enter that, but the body cam is inadmissible.
That's all good, Your Honor.
Okay, so to summarize, you arrived on scene due to an AV duress, at which time you were indicated to Mr. Deja. Let's call him Mr. Barry. Upon speaking to Mr. Barry, he made the case that he had nothing to do with it. You then took several statements and came back to him during that time. there was either evidence or you witnessed him hit somebody with a non-projectile weapon. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and then just to clarify, he hit them after you arrived, or this was before?
This was after I arrived. AV was the main witness, Your Honor.
Okay.
You weren't even there when I hit him. So, just say that out.
Okay, so is there anything else you would like to add?
Yes, I would like to add some stuff. While he was in the back of the vehicle, Your Honor, he was making some really, really bad comment, saying some really, really bad stuff towards other people that were on scene at the time, and also to other officers that were on scene.
Okay, very well. And to confirm, at no time after you made contact with Mr. Barry here did he leave your sight. You made contact with him, you detained him, he went into the back of your car, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. I had him in my visual the whole time.
Okay. And then I just want a little bit more information about when he hit somebody. So tell me again exactly how that happened.
Okay, so Your Honor, when it did happen, what I've gotten the statement from AV from, it has seemed that he's ran up to AV with a hammer. After that, this person that has just flown in, he ran up to them and started hitting them with a hammer. After that, the individual that was getting hit with a hammer, I did believe, pull out a hammer, then try to hit back with self-defense, but then later get knocked down to the ground, which Amvic did treat him after when it was safe when we arrived on scene. And that suspect had ran and hopped in a vehicle, and that's when I did perform the traffic stop.
Alrighty then. Defense! Would you like to make your case?
So previously with the bloke that I supposedly assaulted, he had tried to assault me previously, but he had a bit of head issues. And once he's flown back in, I ran up to him to see what his problem was, and then we both pulled a hammer out, and he hit me first, I hit him back.
Okay, so you're claiming that it wasn't assault, it was some form of mutual combat.
Yes, mutual combat. Yes.
Okay, and what was the grievance that you guys had with each other? What was the beef?
He put me. So how we got to the EMS depot was he said jump in my car, and I didn't think anything of it. He was nice at the start, and then he started radioing into his friend saying, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" And then he pulled up there. I got out of the car. That's when his head popped, and then he had flown back in, and I said, "What's your problem? Why were you trying to set me up?" And then he pulled a hammer out, so I pulled a hammer out, and then both kind of went at it.
Okay. And prosecution, he didn't attack any members of AV or police?
That is a negative, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Barry, just so you know, technically not self-defense, as you ran up to the man to question while he was setting you up instead of running to a police officer to say, hey, this guy tried to kidnap me and then possibly rob me. So you created the situation in which you had to use violence. Was it assault with a deadly weapon? I would
I didn't have
say...
any intent of going over there to fight him. I just wanted to see what was happening.
Right, but why would you walk up to a man that just kidnapped you to talk to him? He just kidnapped you, sir. So here's the deal. Assault with a deadly weapon. Are you guilty? No. You are, however, guilty of a fray and brawl, as you engaged in a fray and brawl near AV, and they reported you for it. Okay? That is a lesser charge, and it has a lesser fine. Were you in possession of a non-projectile weapon without legal authority? Possessing a hammer at any time outside of a home or business is possession without legal authority. Why did you have a hammer on your person? You do not have to answer this question.
I was using it for work.
What is your job, sir?
I don't think I need to tell you that, so.
Did the police question him as to why he had a hammer, and did he give any other answers on the scene?
That is correct, Your Honor. I did question him why he did have a hammer. He said it was because of his job. He never said what his job was.
Let's see.
Constable saying that.
And he did not have a vehicle there, is that correct? Or he did?
Yes, he did have a vehicle, which was not registered to him.
I wasn't at the scene the whole time. I had left after the affray happened, and then I drove back past, and then that's when the EMS people pointed me out to the police, and then they pulled me over at around the corner.
Okay. So, for the record, Mr. Barry, had you put your hammer in your glove box, you may have been able to explain it away, but as you were not going to or from your job or to or from your home, you had no reason to have the hammer on you. So you either have to be actively doing the job, going to the job, or going back to your home. Do you understand?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not too sure on how to put it in a glove box. That's my bad.
Well, we'll have the bailiff educate you on how glove boxes work after this. So, possession of a weapon non-projectile without legal authority is guilty. And as for profanity, Mr. Doja, you do not have to answer this question. Did you say profane things to these officers and members of the public?
Yes, I did. Only because why this officer was going to grab statements from EMS. He was allowing people that weren't a part of the scene to run up to the car and aggravate me, and like twerk on the car and just do dumb shit to make me angry. So obviously I said shit back.
Okay. Prosecution, do you have any comment about the suspect in your custody being aggravated and harassed by members of the public?
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to say something. He first started by calling us pigs, you could say. After that, there was members of the public that did surround the car. One did start working on the vehicle, like he did mention, which I did tell him to go away
you didn't.
because yes, I did, because that was not appropriate at that scene. They were standing around. They were not that close to the vehicle. They were mainly
buddy.
in a circle,
Okay.
and there was another officer
one moment,
supervising while I was
prosecution.
giving statements.
Yeah, one moment. Okay, Mr. Barry, you see how this officer stands here and waits for me to tell him when to speak? You see how that's working?
I don't really care. He's obviously lying straight to your face.
Okay, so Mr. Barry, at this time, a bailiff is going to stand up behind you and issue you a contempt of court for the sum of $2,500. Please let the officer speak. I'm clearly assisting you in your defense. Okay, we don't need to disrupt or prolong court with
But
aggravation.
he's obviously lying.
He is an honorable profession, sir, and without proof to the
Alright,
contrary.
yeah.
Okay, you're going to issue him a second contempt of court for another
Shut
$2,500. If you just want to let us finish, we can get you out of here without multiple contempt of courts, Mr. Barry.
Alright, well, speed it up, yeah?
Oh, definitely, Mr. Barry. Okay, prosecution. So you attempted to get the people away from him, and did he continue profanity after you moved the crowd?
That is correct, sir. And the leading senior constable to my left here was supervising the crowd. They were not harming him or saying anything back that would offend him in that way to say the stuff that he did say.
Alrighty then. So for the obscene in public, you will also be found guilty, Mr. Barry. So your assault with a deadly weapon was dropped to a fray and brawl, which is a lesser charge. Your possession of a non-projectile weapon has been explained to you and will be a minimum fine. And your profanity, which I definitely believe happened, considering you have...
Yes, I admit to doing that.
Yep, we'll be giving you a fine as that. So if the bailiff would please proceed up to our defendant there. I do not believe any of these are indictable offenses. Let me just double check. So the first charge is going to be a fray and brawl, 2,500.
Yeah.
That is non-indictable. The next charge is going to be possession of a weapon, non-projectile, without legal authority.
Phone bill for how much?
1 second. $3,000. That is not indictable. And then we're going to do... Well, we're about to find that out on the last one. Obscenity in public.
What's obscenity?
It's profanity, sir.
Oh.
Where is this one?
What are these people saying behind me in the street? Being dogs.
Obscene, indecent, and threatening language and behavior in public for $3,000. That's going to be under conduct, bailiff. Okay, and then none of these charges are indictable, so they will be community service. Prosecution, do you have a request for the number of community service acts, understanding that I do not have a limit as you do?
That is a negative, Your Honor.
Okay, so you don't want him to have any comm serve, or you have no recommendation?
I have no recommendation, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Barry, it is the opinion of this court that you serve 24 acts of community service for your contempt of court and your assorted charges. Bailiff, please ensure to uncuff him before sending him on the bus. Court is adjourned.
Yes, Your Honor.